Welcome to Julius Bar. Today we're gonna make Caipirinha and we're gonna make a lot of them. Plus a special guest. So Caipirinha is the national drink of Brazil and it's a really simple and really good drink made from just 3 ingredients: lime, sugar and cachaça. Today we're gonna make caipirinha as tradition with a couple of cachaça plus a couple of special but similar distillates, and then something else that you might find in a caipirinha but which shouldn't really be there. First of all, we need to cut up some lime, so let's make some space. So about half to 2/3 of a lime, depending how big a lime is, should be enough for one drink. I cut it in thirds and then I cut it again in smaller parts, maybe like this butt I will cut it in fourth, and this middle more juicy part in 9 parts. Why? Because I think 2, 4, 8 powers of 2 have too much attention in this world, so why not give like some power of 3 some attention too? So let's start with one of our glasses. Let's see how much we have. Yeah, that should be about right. Maybe one more cube. Okay, about this amount in a glass should be fine. Now I'm gonna go ahead and prepare all the other ones. I think we are about ready, except for this one. So in this glass I'm gonna make something that you could get in a bar where the bartender is kind of well-intentioned, but it doesn't have either the lime or the cachaça to make your drink right. So what he might do is gonna check the recipe online. He's gonna get what he has. He's gonna get some lemon and some rum. So here I'm gonna prepare some lemon. And let's see, I never tried this, let's see what kind of really sour thing we might get. Really, maybe something really awful. Here we go. What we're gonna need next is to muddle the lime with some sugar. Today I'm gonna use a mix of Japanese brown sugar from Okinawa, Kokuto, which is probably similar to Demerara sugar, and some plain white sugar. Original recipe calls for normal sugar, but I think the brown sugar from Okinawa is just so good, I'm gonna add it. And I'm going to mix them, so we're gonna get a nice combination of flavors. Some other flavor caramel-like from the brown sugar and some plain sweetness from the white sugar. So we go, I'm gonna put about, let's see, not even a full spoon for each,
because I'm trying to watch my figure.
Let's go like this. And then I'm going to do the same for the white sugar. So now for the fun part, let's muddle. Using a pestle, we muddle together the lime and the sugar until we have a good mixture of juices and sugars. Good. Now let's add our spirits, and we are gonna start with white cachaça. It's this is a standard cachaça. It's on the cheap side, but it's completely decent product. And we are gonna add 60 ml. So cachaça is a liqueur made from the distillation of the sugar cane pulp. It's similar to rum, but rum it's also made from sugar cane, but from the molasses, which is a byproduct from the production of sugar. So in the production of the cachaça, more parts of the plants go into the mix that then get distillated, and that gives the cachaça this typical, more funky flavor than the traditional rum. Now we pass to our second glass, and I'm gonna use this other cachaça, also traditional from Brazil. Just this one has been aged for 1 year in oak barrels. Also not too expensive, and also I never tried it before, so surprise. It has more of a golden color than our plain silver cachaça. So this one is plata, and this one is another. Sorry, I speak Japanese sometimes. This is called envelhecida, which I think it means aged. So okay, we have our plata, silver, white. We have this aged one. For the next one, I'm gonna propose something a bit weird. This is a batavia-arak, which is something that comes from Southeast Asia, and it's produced in a similar manner to cachaça. So it also contains the sugar cane in the distillation, but also probably some rice and maybe some other stuff. It's really mysterious. Everything can go into a batavia-arak, but it also has the same funky nose that the our cachaça has. So I was curious to try it out. Next thing, we are gonna have a rhum agricole, or rhum agricole, because it's French, and as I said before, the rhum is usually made from molasses, except when it's a rhum agricole, and a rhum agricole is made exactly the same way as a cachaça, which means instead of using molasses, it uses sugar cane directly. This gives it a really similar flavor, but is distilled at a higher proof before bottling, so that will make a difference. Let's see which kind of difference make. This is aged, I think, for a short amount of time. I'm not sure how aged is this rum, but not long. And it comes at 50 proof against the 38 proof of the silver one, the 38 proof also this one, and the 40 proof of the batavia-arak. So this is gonna have more punch for sure. Too much punch? Maybe, but let's try it. Let's give it a good try and see which one we prefer in the end. And last but definitely least, actually, it's this weird thing that we are trying out with the lemon. As I said before, it's gonna be a drink which represents what somebody that doesn't have the right ingredients try to do. So we're gonna have lemon, and we're gonna have a white rum. This actually is a pretty decent white rum from plantation, and this is definitely not distilled from sugar cane, but from molasses, like a traditional rum would be. Now let's add ice. Now let's give it a mix with our bar spoon, trying to pull up the sugar that might be sitting at the bottom of the glass, and trying to have it nicely mixed with the And now finally it's time to try out our drinks. Let's start from the most normal, let's call it like that, traditional Caipirinha, made with the most normal cachaça, silver, traditional Brazilian. Cheers. perfect. Great summer drink, great all around the year drink. Yes, this tartness and this acidity from the lime, which is tamed by the sugar. I think the brown sugar gives it an extra layer of flavor, which is nice, and it's really easy to drink and really nice to drink. So you gotta be careful not to drink too much, because it's really, especially if you go to a Brazilian restaurant, what's gonna stop you for ordering 3, 4? I don't know. Yeah, just perfect and classic. Let's now try the aged cachaça. Let's see if it makes any difference. Yeah, he has a bit more oakiness, a bit less sharp, a bit more oak. Of course, the color also is gonna be slightly different, more golden. Doesn't really bother me either way, but let's try a direct comparison. Totally acceptable. Is it better than this? I don't think so. I think I still prefer our classic silver cachaça for our caipirinha. Not bad though, not bad at all this one. Let's now go off the beaten path and let's try this batavia-arak caipirinha. Yeah, okay. We get in weird territory here. I think just the start, the attack of the flavor is similar to the normal cachaça, but then it gets really weird really fast, really grassy. Yeah, if you're in for a funky adventure, try this. I don't think I would suggest it to most people, but anyway, let's go to the rum agricole. So, same production process as the cachaça, but distilled at a higher proof, and this is 50% ABV, so let's see. Gonna have some punch. Not bad, but it's not right. It's wrong. It's not caipirinha anymore. It's pretty wrong. I don't know, there is something that doesn't quite blend itself together well with lime and sugar. I mean, rum and lime is a good combination, but I wouldn't say it's as good as the classic caipirinha cachaça like. One more sip to double check. The higher proof factor is not a problem. Yeah, it's a more of a caramel flavor, but not overall an improvement at all on the normal cachaça caipirinha. So for last, let's try our weird drink, which you might get in a Italian bar that don't know what they're doing. Seed. Lemon. It's high acidity, really sour. Too sour. If you have some lemon juice, sugar, and rum, you can do a pretty good daiquiri. But in this context, this is wrong, really wrong. Also, the modeling, yeah, you're gonna get seeds because a lemon have seeds, a lime doesn't. Is it an awful drink? No, it's not awful. We use good sugar, we use a good rum. It's still something you can drink, but it's definitely not a caipirinha. So these are my impressions about this experiment we did. Caipirinha, cachaça, number 1. Golden aged cachaça, number 2. These two, actually this is really weird. This is not as weird, but also not as good. So I will place the rum agricole 3rd place, give a 4th place to a batavia-arak, actually 1st place if you're into weird shit, and the last this plantation rum and lemon thing. I cannot call it caipirinha, this thing. Well, it's not his fault, we did it on purpose, like wrong, but definitely the last of your options. So this is what I think, but what you care what I think? Let's call in a real expert. And actually, let's make it a blind test. So I'm gonna hide the spirits. And let's see what our special guest is gonna think. Oh, hi. Please come in. Guys, this is a lady I found here in Japan, and today she's going to taste our caipirinha with us. Let's see what she thinks about it. So,
is there any order that I'm supposed to?
I think you should start from this one,
Okay,
and
so
then proceed
okay.
that way.
That's a lot of caipirinha.
It's a lot. Let's see what you think about them.
Maybe I need a water.
Yeah. No water.
And this is kind of like a standard caipirinha that I had before.
Okay.
Maybe.
Might be.
Like a really easy to drink. I think guys just should stop.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
No.
keep going. Am I gonna mix the flavor? Is it gonna be okay? It's really different.
So what you think is the difference?
It feels like after flavor is something like you drink red wine. Like a bit of bitterness? Acidity? I don't know.
Bitterness?
Okay, I'm gonna move on. Okay. Huh. I don't know what to explain.
Is it different?
It's definitely more closer to this one than this one.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But it's light.
Light? Okay.
Like it to me it feels like alcohol percentage lighter on this one than these two.
Okay.
And also the color is lighter on this one.
Then that one, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These two are a bit similar. And this one has a bit closer to this one. This one is really different. This one to me has a bit of coconut aftertaste. Did you put coconut?
No, no coconut.
This is definitely like coconutty, like something you can have on the beach. I wouldn't even think this is caipirinha.
Okay. Yes. I like them so far.
I can maybe start from the beginning again.
Okay. just
No,
no,
I'm
just
gonna try
finish,
this one.
and then go over again, and then you can rank them in the order you prefer them.
What? This is not caipirinha.
Yeah, that's not a caipirinha.
I don't know what it is, but this is not caipirinha.
Is it really bad or is drinkable?
It's drinkable, but I don't know what it is, what it's called.
Okay.
It's very refreshy though.
Okay, let's start from this one. That one is made with lemon and a rum, so it's definitely not a caipirinha. But it was an experiment we did as an example what a bartender that doesn't have the right ingredients at home would give you if you ask for it in a bar.
That's really refreshing. Yeah.
So going backward, we have this one was made with rum agricole. It's rum agricole is made with the same process as the cachaça, but it has a higher alcohol percentage, and in this case is also aged. So yeah, that's
But
I
this is
understand you found more coconut flavor, and that's because it's really a mix, let's say, between a traditional rum and what you will find in a cachaça. This one that you seem like you kind of like is the batavia-arak, which I found really weird. But you found it okay, so well, let's go over it again later and see. Like, and then this second one was a cachaça, like standard but aged, so that's why it's a bit more golden color. And this one, yeah, it was your standard.
Yes.
Yeah, the
I
standard
remember this bottle.
normal caipirinha with a normal silver cachaça you should get anytime you order one at the bar.
Yeah.
So you wanna go over it? Let's rank them. Which one is your favorite?
Wait, I'm gonna wait.
Yeah, good.
I think I know.
Start back from the beginning.
This is out of the ranking, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's a different thing.
It's good, but
I would say it's drinkable.
this is good, but you need to choose a place to drink. Like if you're on the beach, probably this is gonna come number one.
Ah, really?
If you're on the beach.
Ah, that's interesting. You might be more of a mojito person.
I still like this one the best though. Number one. Number two.
Two? Number two? Okay.
Maybe three?
Three? Four? Ah, four, that one. Wow, interesting.
Look, it didn't go down. If you compare
well,
how much
I drank a lot of the first one, so...
it has that the really bitter aftertaste. Maybe people who doesn't like sweet drinks maybe likes it.
Yeah, let me give it a try.
But it's not, it's a heavy, it's not too refreshing. It gives you the heavy aftertaste.
Ah,
But if you don't have like, if you end
can
with
see your
light,
point.
like light, fun, kind of, no.
Wow, to me this was number four.
Really?
Because it has this grassy aftertaste.
It's like citrus? Like a different kind of citrus?
Okay, well, as they say, as the Roman used to say, de gustibus non est disputandum. Everybody has his own taste. Glad you joined us today for this excursion in Caipirinha and Cachaça, and hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed our guest. Thanks to our guest, and I will see you next time. No, bye. Why bye? Cheers. Cheers. No.